Hi folks and modelers, back for another build update on the PLA Navy Hainan at 1/700 scale from MENG models. So today's video is gonna be part 3, and also I hope it will be a completion build. So I have almost finished the kit, but today my video is gonna be a bit long, so please bear with me, and I'm gonna run through a few build steps, the final steps with you. So please stay tuned, and since it's gonna be long, if you find it a little bit boring on certain areas, you can always fast forward, but I hope you watch until the end because it will be completed. And I'm gonna jump in and I'll keep talking. So basically, a little bit about how I take my videos. Usually, most of my videos, in fact, maybe almost all videos, are without any editing at all. It is a one go shoot, and sometimes if I screw up really big, I have to retake the entire video again. So I hope today I'm not gonna screw up, and if I did, I'll probably skip some steps. So anyway, this is the how far I got since my last update. So I got all the the stickers on, and also I have I'm gonna zoom in to show you that I have these all the fences. These are not railings, but maybe something like a fence. All these photo-etch attached. There's also photo-etch on the superstructures, these radars. So I got, I basically stick all the stickers, and then after that I have done some light weathering, because I did not want to do weathering after the photo-etch is attached, because I will usually touch the photo-etch and it comes off. So all these side decks also have the railings, you can see here, and at the back. So okay, my video is gonna be shaking a bit because I will probably move around a lot, and also I have to make sure that you can see what I'm doing, because I'm not gonna be looking into the camera. So I will probably have to, since I'm using these kind of things, because I have to make sure I can see, and also you can see what I'm doing. So okay, the first step that I would like to do is probably I'll show you how I usually do the photo-etch. So I'm gonna zoom in here a bit, move this ship out. So I do have a last piece of photo-etch there. So usually I will use this, and I also have another tool which is this. Let me zoom out. So you can either cut with this, or you can cut it out with this. So for this time I'm gonna use this one. So usually I will just okay, I hope you can see. So I'm gonna tilt my knife a little bit and cut this out. And I think today my hand is a bit shaky, so okay, so it's already cut out, and okay, so I know this attempt is quite risky. Okay, so let's see what we need to clean here. Okay, so I think I did some mistake. I should have cut it from the edge. So since this is the case, I would need to clean up a bit. So usually I will cut off this excess like that, and just make sure it's not there. And then on the other side, if you get a clean cut with a knife, usually you don't have to do this. But if you see a little bit of leftover, and you can always like clean up a bit with the file like this, then this part is ready to be attached. So let me just move this out a bit. So I'm still zoomed in. Okay. So I'm gonna use this this time. So this is a Rocket Max. So this takes about 20 seconds to cure. So usually I'll just put a little bit of that here, and always close it because otherwise it's gonna dry up. And I also do have this kind of CA glue. This is a really cheap, less than $1. So, but these are not so, it's not that good compared to this one, which is more expensive. So you can actually just dab it there, or in this case, since it's not a straight, a flat thing, I'm gonna use a toothpick, pick up a little bit of the glue, and I'm gonna just dab it on the areas where it's gonna touch. So I know there there is some smearing, but okay, it's gonna be difficult now because I'm actually holding the ship with one hand, and another hand I'm holding the photo-etch parts. So this is supposed to go there. So I hope it sticks. Okay, so just let me just move it a bit, because right now I need to look into my magnifying glass because I need to see. So it is attached, and I just need to I think I just need to align it a little bit more. Just to make sure that it's straight. Okay, now it's starting to fall off. Okay, but I think this should be okay. So just gonna leave that, let it dry. So Okay. Okay, so this is very difficult to do because all the other photo-etch is it's already there. And next, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so if you can see, this tree is I've changed it to a brass piece because this plastic piece is just too thick. So this one I have even painted just to show you the differences. So this attempt will be very challenging to do on camera actually. And since I want you to see this, I'm going to zoom in a bit more. And I need to be looking at this from my magnifying glass. So just gonna cut it. And then I will have to just trim a little bit here to make it flat. Okay, so and then I'm gonna be using this pin vise, and this is really gonna be so difficult on camera. Actually, this is not so difficult to do, but on camera it is difficult. So I'm gonna move this way. I hope you can still see. So I'm gonna really, I think my hands really shaking, and okay, so now I'm actually drilling through this, and you don't have to drill too far, otherwise it will go through. So let's see how far I am in. Okay, it's not deep enough yet. Just do it. Oh, okay, so I went through. But it's okay because you won't be able to see the other side. And then I'm gonna attach this this brass piece here. So for this brass piece, since I have this kind of things, I just chose something which is I find that looks okay with this scale. And then just one advice, don't cut these brass parts with this plastic cutter, because you're gonna damage the so this is much more of a hardware tool, so this is much better to cut this, but this is already cut, so I'm not gonna cut it again. And once you cut it, usually there'll be some burrs on the edges, so you can actually file to clean it up a bit, to round up the edge. And since I think that super glue just now was still here, it's still wet, so I'm just gonna use this, but it's already drying up. So gonna zoom in for you to see, and I need to look into my magnifying glass. So Okay, so since it's a true hole, it can go in all the way like that, but so you know, just need to adjust it out a little bit. And usually for super glue smearing, I will just use a Q-tip to wipe off the excess. So okay, there you go. I got this, and usually super glue will create this kind of like a hairline kind of thing, which you have to clean up. So okay, I got it on safely. And these antennas, usually it's better to like tilt them downwards a little bit. So I got that antenna on, and there is another piece here, and I did not attach this because I was worried that it's gonna be damaged. This is actually for the front, so okay, so it's still wet. I can still do this. And this is actually for this part here. I'm gonna lift up my ship now. And okay, let me just zoom in for you. So it goes into this hole, but I can't really see the hole. Okay, so let me just hang on a minute. Okay, I got it in. So it will be like that. And then just clean up the excess over there. Okay, so managed to get this brass piece on. Okay, now usually for photo-etch parts, after you have cut them and when you're attaching the photo-etch parts, it will actually chip off, even though there's I did apply the metal primer, but it's still not so strong. So what I do is I'm gonna use this color, and I will actually just do touch-ups. And okay, so I just this is actually very diluted already, so I'm not mixing it to the thinner. So I will just paint it. By the way, this brass piece, I think I forgot to do a metal primer coat. But if you don't touch it, actually, it is okay. You don't really have to always use primers, because actually okay, I'm just trying to find a spot to hold and hope I don't break anything. Okay, the paint these days are quite good, so it doesn't really come off even if you don't primer them. And actually primering will, it's good to give it a background color, because sometimes if you're spraying gray over a gray plastic, you can't almost, it's very hard to tell if you have actually painted that area, because it's the same color. So for example, if you're doing a gray, maybe you might want to use a black primer, so that when you do the actual final coat, you can see the paint getting onto the parts. Okay, and then you know, of course I'm not going to show you now, but all these railings, I have actually touched them up, like, you know, like this. Whenever you can see these like gold areas, you know, the chipped off paints, that's where you need to touch up. And I've actually touched up quite a bit already, so I don't see any other spots. And for me, usually after touching the photo-etch, you know, sometimes there's some smearing, so, you know, like I would just touch it up like that. And of course, since this is 1/700 scale, when you apply paint with brush, you see things like this, which the paint actually goes into the between the, you know, the small gaps and covers it up. So I have to use this knife to actually cut out the paint. Okay, it doesn't look that, seems like it's not coming off. Okay, but anyway, I will do this later, not so I don't waste time here. Okay, so yeah, I've done I've done the touch-ups, and so actually this, oh okay, wait, there's another thing I need to attach, which is this. So this is the propeller. I've got it painted on these toothpicks, and this will go underneath here. I already have the other one attached, so I'm gonna attach this one. So I know this is a snap kit. It's very tight, but for small parts, I would advise you to glue it, because at some point it will, you know, fall off, and you know, the thing will go missing. So I'm just gonna like apply a little bit of glue. And also, you know, while working on this ship, I noticed that I broke something, but and I can't, you know, I broke one of these dome radars antennas, and I cannot find it. So of course I can find some replacement, but I'm just gonna leave it like that for a while. So actually the shape is considered complete. With the railings, the photo-etch, it looks much better than, you know, without it. And okay, so this is also a photo-etch. There was a plastic there, but I've cut it up. So that was the only folding photo-etch. There's, I think, 5 of these, and the rest was just you know, cutting, and it was quite straightforward, except for these that you have to bend. And actually I noticed that after I painted this photo-etch, I can barely see that line, that where you're supposed to actually bend it. So they were kind enough to give a reference line where you're supposed to bend it. In most of the railings I've done, of course they don't give you that reference line, because if it's a generic railing photo-etch set, just one piece, and then you roughly have to measure and, you know, just bend it from there. But these do have a very fine line, that, but you have to actually look for me, I had to look under the magnifying glass, and so if you bend it there, it will actually fit nicely. So okay, the ship is done, and okay, we're almost at 25 minutes into the video. So I got all these yeah, the small things. So I got this one here. Actually, I'm just gonna randomly park them because I'm not gonna follow the instructions. So yeah, the colors on the helicopters are a bit strange. Like for this one, okay, I noticed one of the blades is broken. I will replace them later. So some helicopters, the blades are black and some are gray, but that's, you know, according to the instructions. So let me just put up a few more of these. I might later glue these helicopters on the deck because they're really small. So here I have some of the vehicles. I think it's just too tiny, and so it looks like that. And here I have the Chinese LCAC, the hovercraft. I find this a bit, I don't know, you know, it's like the tanks can't sit side by side. But I noticed the American LCACs, they can actually park the Abrams and, you know, something else still on another side. So maybe this is actually smaller. Or maybe the scale is wrong or something. So there is one sticker there, sorry, two stickers. So I did not make, you know, all the sets. So I just made some which is gonna like go, I think I can put this like this to show that it's, you know, it's coming out from the ship. So there is another car 52 over there, and since I have another car, I can put it there. Okay, so and there is one more. I think this one I can park it over here. So yeah, this is the, I would say it's completed now. And just give me another maybe 5 minutes because I'm gonna do a size comparison. I'm just gonna move over here to my bigger, let me move the light. And I got the CVN 63, which is the nimitz. So this is gonna be, I think, a very good size comparison here. Okay, you can see this, how big the PLA Navy Hainan would be. So that is how big it is. And in fact, I've checked the size of this ship. It's actually about 20 meters shorter than the LHD-1. So, but comparing to the nimitz, it would look like that. And also, I wanted to compare it with this deep sea drilling vessel. It's called HQ. And because this was also a snap kit, And just, you know, I might not have shown this before. I know today we're talking about PLA Navy Hainan, but just wanted to quickly show you that this is the Bandai's snap kit. All the sprues are pre-colored. And also, MENG has this kind of side gates where actually if you cut them off, you don't have to do too much cleaning. The normal kits will have the gates, you know, on the parts directly, but this is like, they call it a side gate, so you can actually clean them off easily. So Bandai made it very, you know, easy to assemble. So the similarity of this kit and the PLA Navy Hainan is it's a snap, it's pre-colored, and it comes with stickers. So that's the Bandai's HQ. And it is also quite a big vessel, because if you compare it to this, of course this I think would be smaller. So, you know, but this is also quite a detailed kit. So this is the comparison of size, and I would consider this PLA Navy Hainan complete. So thanks for, you know, I hope it wasn't too boring for you, especially when I was attaching some parts, final parts. So yeah, this is completed. I think for this kit, I enjoyed it. I didn't do putty sanding, so it was different from, you know, the normal plastic kits. And just one last thing I want to mention. If you remember my previous videos, I did mention about gaps between this deck and the hull. But I noticed that there are these white stickers along all the edges of the deck. And I use them to actually close up the gaps, so the gaps are not visible anymore. So it is a good thing that even though there's gaps, it's actually closed up by the stickers. And one advice for the stickers is after you applied them, please spray a lot of coat, can be clear coat or matte coat, because the stickers do tend to come off. I think after probably a couple of years, I think it will start peeling. So, you know, the glue on the sticker are not so strong, and it's different from decal. But it does, it is, you know, it looks very nice, but of course when you touch it, you can feel it's actually bulging. You can actually feel those lines over there. So with this, I'm gonna end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will come back with more builds and reviews of kits. So until then, happy modeling and cheers for now. Bye.